All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Aiken Street Happy Hour. I'm Tyler, my beautiful co-host Sullivan, and we've got the infamous Street Corbin with us today, the Tequila Queen. She's already, we're kind of taking a step back. We've already got some Paloma cocktails going here, which are fucking awesome. A little bit of spice to them.
Thank you.
Let's be honest, Tyler, yours is not just a Paloma cocktail.
No, I put a little bit of White Claw in mine, but y'all know me, I'm a rebel. I'm a rebel with claws, baby. So today we're just kind of getting to the nitty gritty. We're like just bartenders with bartenders today, having a couple of drinks, and I think what I'm kind of trying to get back here is like, Dree, I know so you're a bartender from the start, but you moved into real estate now, but how did you get into bartending in the first place?
Well, started selling Dippin' Dots. I was 14 years old at the Carolina Stadium. I made $10 an hour cash underneath the table. It was illegal as fuck. And that's when I realized that there was money to be made quickly in the food and bev scene. So I guess, bounced around from places. Ended up at Stars, started as a hostess. Went to head maitre d' within like the first year that I was there. I wasn't even 21 years old. For those of y'all that don't know, it's like a $5 million restaurant, so it's a pretty prominent position. For someone at such a young age, couldn't even drink.
Rock on, hell yeah.
Then I started cocktailing and really differentiated myself in that position, really made that position like a thing, basically because it's one of those positions where, depending on your hustle is how you get paid.
It's everything.
So after cocktailing, moved up to bartending, and after bartending, I realized that there was a glass ceiling to how much money I could make, and that was a big problem.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't really enjoy hauling off trash at 4 a.m. by myself when I had managers that were grown-ass men watching me take this trash out. That was a problem.
It gets old, right?
Super degrading. I was like, cool, yeah, I mean, I made $1,000 because I worked 22 hours today, but like I'm taking out trash. Like this.
And did you find coming up in this industry, and I say this only because I have so many female bartenders and people that I've come up with, did you find it harder as a female to come up in this industry because of sex? And I think it really is like a real thing, and I watch so many girls that I started bartending with have that problem, that sexist problem, and I think it really is like an issue in our industry, and I just want to know if you experienced that thing.
Absolutely, and specifically when you are, let's say for example, a bar back and a cocktail waitress, been there the same amount of time, worked the same amount of hours, and you're both applying for that bartending position. It's like, I feel like inevitably it's gonna go to the male because they view the male as like a stronger option, and in reality, I think girls pull in more tips.
We make more money.
All day. All day. I can tell you every place that I've ever worked at, we know like especially when we worked at Republic, you'd have 6 bartenders on. 3 or 4 of those bartenders would be guys. Yep. 2 of them would be females. You'd have 1 female on each side of the bar, and they were the ones who really bring in the money. Absolutely. They were the ones that yes, but guys, we can be fast and we can push out as much as we possibly can, but at the end of the day, like the females, like guys are the ones who come into the bar and they buy drinks. And female, like they're gonna tip females more. And the fact that I think that females are more looked down in the industry is such an obstruct view, because the majority of the times you're way better bartenders than males. You're more empathetic, you pay attention more to people, to what they want, and at the end of the day, you build patrons faster than we do.
Yeah.
And I really don't think it's something that should be pushed aside.
Dree and I met because she was a lovely lady, aka one of my mentors, when I started at Stars. And she really took me under her wing, kind of in a sense, most definitely. We share a lot of side notes outside of the work life that we both agree on. But as a fierce, strong woman, if you have to put a sex on it, she's a fierce, strong individual. Yep. And her game, remember Satellite? Satellite, she would just slay.
Satellite, give everybody a glimpse of what Satellite is for those who don't know.
Pop-up bar on the corner of the roof.
Pop-up bar on the corner of the roof was the bar of all of Stars because of this lady here. But on the thing of
No gun for sodas or anything like
Fuck
that.
no.
You're pouring everything
Oh
out of
my
cans,
God.
everything out of bottles. Everything takes twice as
and
long.
you know who were? She was the bartender, and she had male barbacks. So it was definitely like a climb. And then on the sense of, you know, and again, I think everybody's different on what you approach to food and bev, whether you're male or female. But I mean, women bachelorettes and male bachelors, they love anybody that can be real with them and honest
Have a
with
party.
them. Have a party.
That's all they want to do. They want to have a good
Have
time.
a party. And that is what I think the best part, that is what all of us really kind of address when you're doing your job. I mean,
Absolutely.
I've never seen you be mad to be making money at work.
Never mad when I'm making money.
Right? There are always those people who want to go home and you're like, I'll stay.
I know, I'm like, cut them off.
I'm like, fuck
Let 'em
you,
all
bye.
go
Get the
home.
fuck out of here. You're dead weight.
Yeah,
Don't think you're
exactly.
getting tipped out from this shit.
No way.
I'll be the
No
first,
way.
I'll be the first bitch to stay and send anyone home.
So what
I
is-
cannot tell you the amount of hundreds of thousands of dollars I've made just based on people being fucking lazy. I'm like, you're already there, you're already dressed, you made arrangements to be here, and you don't want to work an extra hour.
Like, what are you going to do? Get off? Go get drunk with your friends? Go try to smash some girl you're not going to get with? Come on.
We can do all
Like-
those things at work.
Yeah.
So do you think gender really provides a different role in F&B than it would normally in other industries?
So, based on my experience, which is food and bev, and also real estate, I think there's parallels between both of those career paths. But, I mean, sure, yeah. Today's world, I definitely think like females are more so hindered, maybe like a tad, you know, less opportunity. But I also feel like the game is changing and really quickly, and women are
Fast.
coming up. Prime example, Rochelle Jones, Southern Twist Cocktails.
Bless.
I've
Yeah.
watched that. I've watched her hustle from, you know, having 4 flavors, one of which the ginger jalapeno was my favorite. But people like that are like changing the game, whereas like stereotypically, it's like when you envision like, you know, head mixologists at a, you know, Halls or the Thoroughbred Club or any type of like, you know, luxury speakeasy vibe, you think male, and I feel like that's definitely transitioning. So I'm sure it was more difficult at one time, but like the game is changing.
No, it's changing rapidly. If you look at most owners or CEOs of Fortune 1000 companies right now, they're females. They are, because like I said earlier, they're more empathetic, they're more passionate about what they do, they take more time and more due diligence, and I think it's super overlooked because we live in a very misogynistic time. You know what I mean? Like, and I can say that because I mean I've been a part of it. Like, you know what I mean? It sucks, and like you don't want to say that as like a guy, you don't want to say I've been a part of it, but like we all do. But at the same time, it's also realizing that like there are other people, like I know there are way more better female bartenders out there than me that could just crush me.
Or just better female people.
Hands down. Hands down, better, a lot better than me. You know what I mean? And I think that just gets too overlooked, and we need to be more at the fact that, you know, we're all just people.
So-
and if you're the best at what you're the best at, what does it matter if you're male, female, black, white,
Yeah.
yellow? Who the hell cares?
Yellow.
Exactly.
Be the best at what you're the best
You
at.
know, Drury, there is a time, speaking of your hustle, you're one of the most fire hustlers I've ever seen.
I've never
First of
seen
all,
you not hustle.
You know, first of all, this woman wakes up at like 5, 5:30, 6 every damn day and works out that booty, okay? But also,
Follow her on her Instagram. You'll see it. She's up every morning.
she is up, baby. She is rocking, and she is an all-natural being. So on that note, I remember one time in specifically where Jeree was working the bar. It was a brunch shift, and she said, "Yo, look, Travis, the manager, Travis, I've got a house showing. Can you watch the bar for a couple hours?" She got in an Uber and went to show a home, came back, took her money, and went. And it was
That's
great.
a hustle.
And Travis
That's
is
a
like, I was
hustle.
like, man, Travis, that's awesome. He's like, man. I respect the hustle. And so
You
I
can't
think
knock it.
when you are honest and you're really just trying to do the best for you and everyone around you,
Yeah.
this is what comes to.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Travis for watching the bar.
Thank you, Travis.
And so, that's kind of talking about right now. Let's kind of touch back on, like where you came from, your roots. Did you have any kind of like pets growing up, things that were like really important to you,
Yes.
Yeah? You got a smile on your face, you're gleaming.
Yeah, so I have been obsessed with horses since I was like 5 years old.
Really?
That's a common interest of ours.
Did you grow up on a farm?
No, but my aunt owned Crooked Creek riding stables in Columbia. I went there one time for like a birthday party, and it basically stuck. I started taking lessons when I was 6, and then stuck with it. I've had horses. My first horse I got in 5th grade. So I actually went and saw my horses yesterday, so that's probably why I'm
Really?
a little glow, because it was
How
so
many
good.
horses do you have now?
I have 2 now. And
What are their
They're
names?
far away, too.
Yeah,
This
they're-
isn't easy for her to get to them, but she is the best mama. She is perfect material for you to spend the rest of her life with. I'm sorry. This isn't a dating thing, but if I liked women, it would definitely be her. It takes her an hour and a half to Columbia, yeah, or in Columbia area to get to your babies, to your ponies.
2.5 hours.
2.5?
So yesterday I went out there. I woke up at 5, got on the road by 6, got to the barn by 8:30. Fucked around with the horses for like 4 hours. Hit the road on the way back.
Why do you have this love for horses?
Jeez. I just connect with them on like another level. I'm like literally like, first off, my parents call me Ellie Mae Clampett because I like fucking love animals so much. And growing up, like I would just hoard them. I would steal all the neighbors' animals.
Oh,
I would
God,
leave
you
food
were
out.
that kid.
Well, I just
Oh,
loved- I
jeez.
just fucking loved
Stray pets, and
So,
it's, God,
Anyways,
no.
So
She's
long
Eliza
story
Thornberry.
short, I think with the horses, it's like, first off, my horses are sassy as fuck. And
Lady?
they're- Lady and Zoe. Lady's like a stop paint.
How is this horse sassy?
Oh my God.
She's an ass.
Like if you turn your back for a quick second, you could literally get kicked in the ass before you even know what's going on. Like they're just savage. But anyway, so love for horses, whatever, stem from an early age, developed over time. It's just, usually with like a girl, when you're at 16, it's kind of like the make or break when it comes to horses. It's like either you're choosing horses or you're choosing dick. And, I kind of just...
Yeah.
1 or 2?
And I balanced it, but the horse has always been there. It was like...
She always been riding them horses, though. Let's be honest.
And anyway, so it's stuck with me. And what I realized is that, like, if it's at the point where, like, that was the reason why coming full circle to bartending is I work my ass off to pay for nice things. Like, I have my horses, I have a BMW, I live in a beautiful home. I enjoy working really hard for the things that I love and having nice things, and horses are definitely under that category.
And you have to do that. Like, if you want, and I'm the same way. Like, I've got Dylan will tell you, my brother, everybody who can't see, I have a very, like, bougie lifestyle, just like you. Like, I like the finer thing, but I also love the simpler things.
Yeah.
Like I love going out fishing with the boys and just spending a day out on a john boat, like going fishing like we did the other day, or just, like, going out playing around at golf, like super simple stuff, but at the same time, I love the lavish. And I have no problem with working as hard as possible to get that. And I know that you're the same way, and I think that, like, it makes it so much better at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? When you're sitting there and you're like, I paid for all this. I didn't need any help, anybody else.
Shorty
I
don't
got
need no
it.
man.
I go to sleep happy.
Absolutely.
You sleep.
I sleep good. I sleep good.
So where are you now in your career for real estate, yeah?
Yeah.
One of your many hats?
I think you were talking about earlier, you had just sold the house, right? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I am about, I'm about a year and a half into the game. Last August was when I left Stars, so up until that point I was working 4 jobs. So selling real estate.
Okay, hold on. 4 jobs? What 4 jobs were you working at that time?
I was full-time at Matt O'Neill Real Estate.
Yeah.
I was full-time at Stars bartending. I was part-time doing bottle service at Trio just on Saturdays. Shout out Eric Gusson. And part-time working at Charleston Power Yoga in like the Carbon Junkies program. So I basically grinded 4 jobs from
That's
like
a grind. That's a grind.
January to August, and then slowly, once the real estate income started coming in, I was able to drop the others. So August was when I left Stars. I was there for 8 years. And that was definitely, it was like, you know, I was running myself into the ground. I didn't have a choice. And I recognized, you know, the cap that came with bartending, and I saw the potential with real estate. So made the jump, worked for Matt O'Neill, incredible brokerage, savage training. If you're thinking about starting off, I definitely recommend, you know, giving it a shot that way. You know, each brokerage is different, and they truly mold you into being like an absolute savage of an agent. So in that time, you know, I closed, I guess, from August to March. April to March, I had closed 4 million. 3.8 was my sphere. And at that point, I realized that the 50-50 split wasn't going to work for me, and that wasn't how I wanted to live my life. The whole purpose of this is just like working smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
And when you have such a big split like that, and you're doing the business on your own,
And you're doing the majority of the work.
exactly. And
You're a
nothing,
boss.
and nothing against them, because I mean, there's a reason why there's agents that are closing
they're a business
20
too.
million
You
a
know,
year.
they're going to make their money.
Close it, absolutely. So, anyways, moving on to, it's funny because I had no idea that I was just going to, you know, pre-pandemic, just like break up with, you know,
All of your men.
my brokerage, and I moved to Smith Spencer Real Estate, which is an all-female boutique firm.
What?
Interesting.
In the cigar factory. So
Okay.
I live on Aiken. It takes me 2 minutes
Shout out
to walk
Aiken
to
Street.
work.
So that is
East
where
Side gang.
the cigar factory was where me and Trip, mom and dad, started Pure Theater.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's haunted.
Oh, well, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that.
Shout out to Pure Theater.
Shout out to Pure Theater.
Coming back to you soon. Any theater or any really good film you guys want to go see there, you have to go. You'll be hooked. I promise.
If
Next-
I'm on stage.
Next happy hour should be at the theater.
Oh, we'll definitely make sure
trying,
we
it's
do
just
that.
closed
We're
for
trying. It's just closed right now
pandemic.
because you know the quarantine.
So I've been tanning in the parking lot as well as the back area.
So if you see that big titty bitch outside tanning at the Pure Theater in Sullivan.
Go up.
Quarantine though, we're in it now, but you've still been making money though. You're saying you're still selling houses, which is awesome. How are you doing that?
Yeah. So made the switch. Had some other properties that were under contract still with Matt O'Neill. Closed one of my listings 2 weeks ago. Thank God we put that bitch under contract like before all the corona. And then, and I guess we can also dive
So you
into
started
it.
that before Corona? That
Corona,
house?
correct.
Wow.
And so, but you know, there's still like channels that it has to go through to close,
Right.
whether it's like the financing, the fucking repairs, the contingencies, the attorneys, like everyone's got to be on their shit. So, you know, that finally closed, and then I've been working with the first-time home buyer for the past like 30 days. So it has been the full-blown like corona experience. So when we look at property, it's like we're wearing masks, we're wearing gloves. You know, I gotta like get debriefed from the agent about what the sellers will allow, what they want. It's like you can't touch, you know, any lights, turn them on, turn them off, whatever. And anyways, so I think we looked at like 15 houses. She finally made a decision, which I'm so proud of her because A, she's a dear friend of mine. B, she's a boss ass bitch. And C, I just love seeing, you know, females just be successful and take full control
Independent.
of their lives and be financially independent, which is exactly what she is. So anyways, got that property under contract. To be transparent, it was a complete bitch to negotiate repairs. I was at my computer Saturday, Friday night worked at Trio, sold $7,000 between 2 people,
Right on.
between 5 p.m. to 2
Yes,
a.m.
sir.
Got home at 5 a.m., slept in until 11, woke up, negotiated repairs from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. I could not leave my computer. You know, it was just like time of the essence type thing. And long story short, ratified repairs. So now we're moving forward, and basically at this point, unless something happens on like the lending side, which it won't, 'cause she's already been pre-approved, it will continue to move forward. So as far as like specifically what's going on with like Corona and real estate, I gave them a statistic earlier that there's only been 2 times in the Charleston market where over 450 houses have gone over contract with, we've ratified over 450 houses within a week in the Charleston market. Last week was 490, which is 7% higher than it's ever been. So like, if you're thinking about selling your home, now's the time.
Now's the time.
No, but
She'll
for
sell
real,
your home.
for real. So like, demand's high, inventory's low. Like, make a move. You know, this whole.
Now's
Just
the time to
jump.
buy.
Exactly.
Just jump, baby. Just
If you
jump.
want to talk about Corona options, we can do the virtual showings. We can do the virtual open houses. We can do the virtual listing presentation. I don't need
We
to
can
see.
just shout across the
Yeah,
hall.
we can
at the lighting
communicate.
fixtures.
We can communicate through the computer if that's what you're comfortable with. But me personally, like, I stopped giving a fuck about this about 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, I'm not gonna live in fear. There's a lot
No.
of things I should be worried about.
And I don't think we
Corona's,
can.
Like,
Well,
yeah.
let's be honest.
I
You are
don't-
definitely a super carrier. You're not going to get sick from it because you're a healthy individual.
Who
She's
knows?
a boss ass
Who
bitch. Bitch.
You know,
Bitch.
if
I
this
didn't-
comes out and
I
I'm
need a
dead,
drink.
we'll know.
Whiz.
It'll be like at the end of the scene right here, it'll be like, rest in peace, Dree Corbin.
Oh my God.
R.I.P. the tequila queen. So Saturday, or excuse me, Friday night.
I gotta get a drink. Can I go? No?
Friday night, we opened Trio. It was our first time opening after this whole fucking Corona bullshit. And
Yes.
it was absolutely slammed. We only opened the patio. Obviously, with any business, first off, no one has experienced this. My boss has already, and owner has already said we got like backlash from the city, which it's like, fuck you, dude. We're doing the best we fucking can. I'm sorry, we don't have a guideline about what to do about the pandemic. Like,
But we need to make some money.
and we did. So it was worth it. Yeah, whatever.
That's
like,
what it's all about.
You know, we're moving on. We learned from it. And, you know, I think it's also like, I mean, I'm not going into politics, but what I will say is that I think it's important for cities that depend so much on hospitality to open back up at your capacity that you're comfortable with. I feel like it should all be like individual preference. Like, yes, there's guidelines. Yes, you know, the city has rules. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know, we're out here selling the fucking American dream about owning a small business. And I walk around Charleston, I see all these small businesses going under, and it fucking kills me because I'm
So
just
many.
like, they don't even have the choice to
No, they
open
have
up
to
right now
close.
and support. And
They have to.
I know.
So you can't afford a $15,000 a month rent on King Street when you're not selling any product.
Exactly.
It's like how is that? It's not feasible, and it's crazy that the city expects these people to be able to pay this amount and keep their business
Yeah.
when they're solely relying on these people
Tourism.
to support the city itself. They're like, if you don't have these people who are paying the rent, because they're paying the taxes that go back to the city and then re-support the city and re-support the development of the city throughout there. Like, if you don't have that, what does it matter?
You did you finish school?
Yes.
So you finished school last year.
2018.
So you were also doing that and working.
Yeah, so last semester was the 4 jobs and graduating college.
So she said 4 jobs and then graduating college. I don't think you mentioned that the first time you said it. So she's very humble, if you will. But on that, thank God you're not in college during COVID because you would not be getting, well, you're not even on unemployment right now, but
No.
unemployment doesn't go to if you're a full-time student.
No, not at all.
Tyler knows.
Yeah, I know. No, they cut, so I'm not a full-time student, but they cut my unemployment because of the fact that I am a student and I am taking like certain amount of classes. So they,
but you know what? You can go ahead and keep paying your debt.
you know, you'd think that if you got a good GPA, they'd be like, fuck off, but no. I had a great GPA, but no, they're like, you don't get as much money. I'm like, cool, thanks.
You won't be eating.
The education system should be on another episode.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that because I got a big issue with the education system. Oh, that's a bone I gotta pick for sure.
In closing, Tyler, take us where you want.
Yeah, but no, wrapping up with that, Dree, let us know where that anybody, if they want to get in contact with you, in terms of real estate, or if they want to come see you bartender at Trio or something like that, let them know.
Absolutely. So in regards to real estate, the way I differentiate myself and my business is I specialize in kind of off-market opportunities. So what that means is if you don't find your dream home on the market, it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It just means you need the right agent to find it for you, which is Marjorie Corbin _realtor on Instagram. And then if you would like to see my more unprofessional side, you can follow me at Dree, J-R-E-E, Corbin on Insta. And yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Slide
Awesome.
into
Thank you
the
for coming on. We
DMs,
appreciate
baby.
it.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was saying slide into the DMs. But we
Not if
appreciate
you're thirsty.
All right, welcome back to the Aiken Street Happy Hour. As you guys know, we're going to be making a little specialty cocktail today. We've got Dree Corbin with us here. She's going to be making her famous spicy Paloma, and she's going to walk us through it. So, Dree, go ahead, take the stage.
Hell yeah. All right, well, for those of you that don't know me, I am the tequila queen. I got one speed when it comes to drinking, really anything else in life, which is just get fucked up as fast as I can. So we're making 3 cocktails, 2 ounces of tequila in each for base. We're gonna squeeze fresh grapefruit juice as well. Tyler has made a jalapeno-based simple syrup, so we'll add that to it. And then we'll top it off with a little grapefruit bubbly.
So, where'd you really find your love for tequila? When did that happen?
He must have been Mexican.
Really, I mean, when I first started drinking, it was Jameson.
Same.
And I think throwing up off of that too many times, then I realized that I could do the same job in half the time and not feel as terrible in the morning. So that's when I switched to tequila.
Yep.
And I realized that, you know, I could slam like 6 or 7 shots and get where I need to be really quickly and
Still be okay.
you know,
in the
just
morning.
coast.
And I think.
Oh, that was just like the start. I didn't know you were referring to like a whole night.
Oh no, well, I mean, basically in general, you know. But anyways, what I love about tequila and why I probably made this switch about 4 years ago to tequila, and it was when I first realized. And anybody who tells you what are the courses that we take, not OSHA, the other one, TIP certified.
Yeah.
So if you
Oh
take
my
a TIP
God.
certified
Tip
class.
Fucking certified.
Listen, these guys. Okay, so tequila is the only alcohol, for all of you who don't know, that is a stimulant and not a depressant. The agave plant provides a certain I don't know, thing in it, and it makes it a stimulant. And so it's the only alcohol that you can drink. That's why everybody's like, man, I get so hyped up on tequila. That's why. So even if those,
Cry on Jameson,
No, you fight on Jameson.
I fight on Jameson. Yeah.
and then you live and love
On tequila. And it's also the second best thing that you can drink for you in terms of sugars. Bourbon is the only thing that's better. It has the least amount of sugars, but tequila is right there next to it.
Especially for ladies that are like trying to watch their figure, like these glasses of red wine that you're having before you go to bed is like literally the worst thing you can consume. It'd be a lot better for you and your waistline if you were to just take a shot of tequila instead.
that shit.
Watch that waistline, ladies.
Watch that waistline. Men
Summer
watch
2020.
men watch that waistline.
All right, so who's trying these?
We are.
Oh shit, okay.
I don't know. It might get Trippy in here to try something.
Oh yeah, Trippy Maine.
Hey, man.
Trippy Maine.
Come
What's
try
up? You wanna have a
It's
drink?
been a minute, you guys. and
In
there's
the jorts. In the jorts.
Oh, you know I love some jorts.
Mom would be proud, buddy.
Dad would be even prouder. Where's Pops?
All right, moment. It's a grapefruit peel. Ladies
Look at
first.
Spritzy. Yes, yes,
Right?
yes.
Ladies first.
Oh, thank you, my dear.
We can share
Okay.
after you.
Oh,
Ladies
of course
first.
you want to share with me.
You're not even gonna fucking cheers me?
Cheers, of course I'm
Jesus,
gonna
Trip,
cheers
who
you.
raised you?
Cheersies,
Love you,
cheersies.
cheers.
Cheers, cheers.
Woo!
Oh, sure.
Damn! She still got it!
That's quite tasty.
She still got it.
Still got it!
She still got it.
Okay.
That was really
She
fucking
still
good.
got it. That's good.
So forget the
Oh yeah, round of
Yeah.
applause.
Cheers, 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 cheers,
shit.
cheers.
Yes, yes.
Good shit. All right, guys. Well, thank you for spending your time with us. You know, as you know, I'm Tyler. This is Sullivan. Dree, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for
Trip,
having
always
me.
a pleasure to have you too, buddy. And we'll see you guys next week.